Okay, now we're going to learn a little behind the back lock. You're held by the label, so I'm going to reach up and grab his arm, and I'm going to push it away from my body, and I'm going to step around it and step underneath it so that I can bring it around his back. Now, this is the traditional police come along where I have the arm bent around the back, but I can also take him from right here and stretch him right out and kick him right in the ribs, which will create a lot of problems for him, and I can bend his wrist backwards from there too. So as you step around the back and control him here, this is a nice jiu-jitsu technique. I can bend it up behind his back or I can pull it out to the side and keep his wrist bent backwards so that way he can't escape, and I give him a good front snap kick right in the ribs. And let me tell you, if someone front snaps you in the ribs, you're not gonna continue fighting. All right, here's another variation where he's grabbed you by the lapel. This time I'm going to grab both of his wrists and secure his wrist and push down. I'm going to lock his thumb, that way I can break his grip, and I'm going to step underneath him. I'm going to take his arm up over my head, and I'm going to drop my weight down so that the arm goes over my head. I don't want to just keep the hand up really high or he could pull me backwards. I want to make sure I keep it low to the ground. Now when I get around to the front, I'm going to continue to bend his wrist. Now I want you to look at this last picture because it gives you a lot of details about what's actually happening here. I'm bending his wrist in. I have my fingers on his fingers. His thumb is free, and I'm twisting his wrist towards his head. At the same time, I have my other hand up holding his elbow in the air. This is a very effective jiu-jitsu control. It's used by the police in the Orient to control people, to actually move them along. You can move them through a crowd. You can